Japan is often called the land of discipline. Trains arrive to the minute, the seats have power outlets in them, and everything seems efficient. When my brother died, I learned that nothing is what it seems. People that seem strong can be very, very unhappy. Like my brother. After that, I said, nothing is ever what it seems. Before coming to Japan, I had my presumptions and judgments about supersonic buildings, high-tech surroundings. I could not have guessed that nature is abundant here and that people would treat us soft and gently. But, there's a but. I got to dig. I got to ask myself, is Japan too disciplined? Are Japanese working too hard? Are they under too much pressure? Why do I even care, you ask? Well, on a gloomy Friday afternoon, with the green tea, the mint tea at my side, I find myself researching. Could Japan be a place for me? Could I live in this country? Traveling in Japan felt effortless. The trains glide in, the stations guide me step by step. Even the convenience store were organized and welcoming. Japan carried us forward smoothly. Traveling in Japan felt effortless. The trains glide in, stations guided us step by step, and hotel employees welcomed us as if we were royalty. As if Japan carried us on their shoulders. Efficiency doesn't happen by accident. It is Japanese work ethic. It is precision, dedication, respect. Some might say it looks strict, but to me it was inspiring. Discipline here isn't only about getting the work done. It is about working with good cheer. It is about caring for others, time and space. So, are the Japanese then working under too much pressure? If they are they under higher pressure than we are? Is the question even relevant? My higher self asks. If I get the answer to this one, I will get to ask the next question because I am a researcher. I am trained as a political scientist. Blessedly, I got to see that joy matters, that cheer matters, that energy matters. Yes, entrepreneurs like myself have high energy. When people like their jobs, they are energized. So, as I saw them, the Japanese, being energized, they must like their job, right? Then you ask me, Anna, did you consider those people locked up in their homes, elderly people, being lonely? No, I didn't. I can't cover that. I can't research that all in this video. They exist too, the lonely people. Are they the ones that commit suicide? Is it probable? Suicide is a theme. It is a theme on this planet. It is part of my brother's story. It is a scary topic. It is delicate. It is important to keep the conversation going about this topic. If it were only for people to express themselves, certainly not to be right. No, do not try to be right. It is too personal to talk about shame, way too personal. But some of us managed to be vulnerable and help others do the same. I intend to do that here on YouTube. Back to the core. Is Japan too disciplined? In such a way that people can't express themselves? Japan is known for karaoke, so when I live here, would I be able to express myself, make an honest connection? Would I find my church community and friends? Japanese do not eat while walking. They line up, they lower their voice. For extroverted souls like me, that could feel restrictive, but for me, it was calming. The discipline of Japan gave me space to relax. Would I be able to make friends here? Are Japanese people too introverted for me? I have felt very lonely when I disconnected from family members of mine that are introverted. dear family members who can't seem to voice their needs, who can't seem to express appreciation? Or was that me, not picking up the subtle signs of a mother's smile? My mother smiles modestly. She glimpses when she is glad about something. In this journey, I got to see that introverted people are deep feelers that value gratitude. Japanese show gratitude by bowing. And since bowing is an expression, they might not be as introverted as we think they are. And that also depends on the uniqueness of each person. Attending the church service in Yokohama was heartwarming. We were picked up with smiling hospitality. We were treated as important guests, and after the service I got to chat with lovely church members. The service itself had abundant worship, and during the message, the pastor and his talk got everyone laughing. Japan taught me that modern toilets and appliances can make life lighter. Convenience makes life lighter. The convenience stores in Japan even have restrooms, and vending machines on every corner gave me a feeling of safety. There was always a drink around the corner. There was no need to carry big bottles of water around. What if discipline and convenience are the very things that create peace? I appreciated the safety, the efficiency, and the beauty in small details, like cute drawings in train stations. In order to live here, I am also supposed to speak the language and embrace the culture fully. That is why I started taking Japanese lessons. When you respect a country this much, you want to connect deeper. To me, Japanese words look similar to Spanish words, and I already know that language. Thank you, Jesus. When I was saying simple greetings in Japanese, I saw people's faces light up. There was mutual appreciation. Also, travel isn't only about places. It's about letting those places, those people shape you and build your skills. Is Japan too disciplined? I do not think so. It is discipline that creates space, that creates calm, that creates peace, that creates safety. Now, as autumn begins, I wonder if this dark season is preparing me for change, preparing for courage, for release, for the joy of a new season. Maybe all release in this season what no longer serves us, and let this season make us grow to who God created us to be. Could I live in Japan? I think I would enjoy living here for a longer time and find connection in a church community. And I would like to take my mother with me. Until then, I keep on praying for God's guidance. Japan holds a very special place in my heart. Arigatou gozaimasu.